Yeah, good morning to everyone. Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. We will start today with the new topic. Okay, so you have gone through all those things, whatever it was discussed before. So we have been discussing on cases and all those things, symmetric isotropic point sources, two isotropic point sources and all. Now we are going to discuss upon the n isotropic point sources. We will see that linear array of n isotropic point sources. So here we are going to define. We are going to take not one or two or three. We are going to take n isotropic point sources of equal amplitude and spacing. So here in before in the case 2 case 1 what we have seen two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and same phase we have seen. Here we are going to see the n isotropic sources of equal amplitude and equal spacing. So we will consider from this we can see that we are going to have here phi is equal to 90 degree and here phi is equal to 0. So we have to place n isotropic point sources. So you can see that I have put the dots here. Each indicates an isotropic source. So you can see that one isotropic source, second isotropic source, third one, like that. N isotropic sources are placed here. This is the angle phi which is being plotted here, and this is towards a distinct point. So we are going to consider n. Let us consider n isotropic point sources of equal amplitude. So and spacing arranged as a linear array. So what we are going to see here is we have to take all not one or two, it can be three or four or five or n isotropic sources where yeah we have to consider that each source is having the equal amplitude. So we should say that source 1 2 3 4 etc are having equal amplitude and they are having they are separated in the specified spacing as well. So for example you can see here the first one and the second one. So first isotropic source and the second isotropic source is separated by a distance of d. Similarly, second isotropic source and third isotropic source is separated by a distance d, 3 and 4 is separated by d, 4 and 5 will be separated by a distance of d. So that's what we can see here. So this component will be d cos phi, and you can just make a note of these things. Linear array of n isotropic point sources of equal amplitude and spacing. So each array we are going to take an array of point sources, and here we are going to say n isotropic sources where each source is having each source is placed at a specific spacing, and it is d. So you can find out that each has to be, that is very much important, because if you are changing the amplitude or spacing, no, the way of simplification what we are going to do, it will be also changing. So this what we are going to see here today is for n isotropic sources of same amplitude and spacing. So that figure you can just make a note of it, where it is clearly specified that each sources separated by a distance of d, and they are advanced by. So here we can see that n is any positive integer, as I have mentioned before. In n can be 1 2 3 etc. The amplitude of the fields from the source are equal and taken as unity. So that also I have discussed, like we have to have equal amplitude. So amplitudes of the fields from the source are all equal. So we should consider here, we have seen case 5, that is unequal amplitudes and all. So that is not the part we are discussing here. We are making the things simplified by considering the equal amplitudes. So we have taken the sources with equal amplitude, and we can take that as unity. So we are going to say that we have equal amplitudes, and the source 1 and 2, if you take, they are separated by a distance of d. 2, 3, everything, each source is separated by a distance of d. So unity, and source 1 is can be called as the reference plane. So phase reference, this source 1 can be considered as the phase reference. At a distinct point, the direction of phi, the fields from source 2 is advanced by in the phase of. So what we have to understand here is source 1 is taken as the reference phase, and phase reference, and then you are going to see with respect to source 2, source 3, and source 4 and all. So what you can understand here is that the distinct point on the direction in the direction of phi, the field from the source 2, if you take the field from the source 2, it is advanced in phase. So what we will be seeing is source 2 is advanced in phase with respect to source 1. So we have to consider that in comparison with source 1, the source 2 is advanced. I have told you that all the things will be in advanced phase. So we should consider the source 1 as the phase reference. First we'll be considering the source 1 as the phase reference, and then subsequent point sources like point source 2. If you take the point source 2, we can say that it is advanced in phase with respect to point source 1 by an angle of psi. Okay, so by an angle psi. So and if you take the next source, source 3, so source 3, you can say that the previous source, that is source 2, the source 3 is in advanced in phase compared to the source 2 and source 1. So you can say that the source 3 is advanced in phase with respect to the source 1. So here the source 2 is advanced in phase with respect to source 1 by psi. If you take source 3, you can say that the 3 is in advance with the source 1 with respect to by 2 psi. Okay, so that is what you have to understand here. So we are taking n isotropic point sources of equal amplitude and equal spacing between the isotropic sources, and when you are taking the specific spacing, that is, here you have taken it as d is the spacing between the two isotropic sources, and you also know that the amplitudes are taken to be equal. So when we consider those things, we have arranged the isotropic sources with same spacing. It can be n isotropic sources. So what you see here is the amplitude is taken to be equal, and we can take it as unity for our reference. Then we are talking about this phase getting advanced and all. So before that, we will take the first source, which is first isotropic point, first isotropic antenna, that has to be taken as 1, and it will be called as the it will be having a phase reference. So considering that phase reference, we will be considering the second isotropic source, which is placed at a distance of d, that we have already specified. It has to be of same distance between the isotropic sources. So let us keep it a same distance d. So this second isotropic source, in comparison with the first isotropic source, you can see that they are advanced in phase with respect to source 1 by psi. So that is very important to understand. The source 2 is advanced in phase with respect to source 1 by psi. Now let me take the third source in comparison with the first source. So second source is advanced with respect to 1 by psi. Then third source is advanced with respect to source 1 by 2 psi. Okay, so that is what you have to understand, is advanced in phase with respect to source 1 by 2 psi. If we go on like that and see with respect to fourth source, you can say that fourth one is in advance to source 1 by 3 psi. So that is what you are going to get a pattern there. So you have so subsequently you can see that each one is having psi, 2 psi, 3 psi. That is what it gets advanced further and further you move on to n isotropic sources. So these things you can make a note of it, then we will proceed further. So we are going to define all these things with the help of equations and see that how this can be uh, discussed. Okay, so you can make a note of all these things. So we have understood that the placement of each source as well as its amplitude. We have understood the phase which is getting advanced with respect to the previous source and all those things further. So we can put these things in the form of mathematical equation. So we are going to discuss upon those things further. So the total field E, the total field E at a large distance in the direction of phi. So we are going to write the total field E at a large distance in the direction of phi can be written as E is equal to, you can write in this form, that is E is equal to 1 plus e to the power of j psi plus e to the power of j2 psi. You know that between for the source 3 it is advanced with respect to source 1 by 2 psi. So here it is first one, it is going to be source 2 in advance with source 1 by psi. So you are going to get e to the power of j psi. The third source, if you take, it is advanced with respect to source 1 by 2 psi. So you are going to get e to the power of j2 psi plus the third source, fourth one you take, it will be e to the power of j3 psi, etc. You will get it as e to the power of j n minus 1 psi. So you are going to get E is equal to 1 plus e to the power of j psi, e to the power of j2 psi, e to the power of j3 psi, etc. e to the power of j n minus 1 psi. So this is the total field E at a large distance in the direction of phi. So few things which we have already discussed before in the case of two isotropic point sources. So those equations can be utilized here as well for the n isotropic point sources with a minor modifications there. So psi is the total field, total phase difference and of the fields from the adjacent sources, and psi equation for psi we have already discussed in the previous lecture, that is psi is equal to dr cos phi plus delta. So I am using the same equation for psi. Psi is dr cos phi plus delta, that is dr is 2 pi d by lambda. So psi is 2 pi d by lambda cos phi plus delta or dr cos phi plus delta. So the same equation what we have discussed in the previous class for psi. So you get it as dr cos phi plus delta. All these equations you can make a note of it, and as you know that delta is delta, we have told it is the phase difference of the adjacent sources. So we have to just simplify it further. So we got the equation for the total field E at a large distance, and it is called as E is equal to 1 plus e to the power of j psi, etc. e to the power of j n minus 1 psi. and we also understood that what is psi, equation for psi, that is called as the total phase difference, and psi is given as 2 pi d by lambda cos phi plus delta, and dr 2 pi d by lambda, it is called as dr, and so we write it as dr cos phi plus delta. So that is what the equation for psi, dr cos phi plus delta. And what is delta? Delta is the phase difference of adjacent sources. So you can make note of these things, then we will proceed further by using the geometric series. You can think about geometric series, how to represent those things which has been discussed in the mathematics. So by using these equations for the total field and the equation for the total phase difference, we got equation for E and equation for psi, and we know that we have written the equation for psi in terms of phase difference delta as well. So it is dr cos phi plus delta. So then further, so what you can observe here is the above equation, whatever you have written, that is E is equal to 1 plus e to the power of j psi plus e to the power of j 2 psi plus etc. e to the power of j n minus 1 into psi, is in the form of geometric series. So the above equation is in the form of geometric series, and each term represents a phasor and the amplitude of the total field E, and its phase angle can be obtained by phasor vector addition. So this we are going to see now. So this equation E, equation for E, that is the equation for the total field E, is in the form of geometric series, and each term represents the phasor, and the total amplitude of the field, that is total field E, and its phase angle can be obtained by phasor vector addition. And when you do that, you get the equation for that. We get GP, so which you have already you know these equations for GP, geometric progression. It is I have specified for you to understand these things. So we are going to use the geometric series, and we, with the help of this one, GP is equal to A into this is a general equation which everyone knows about it. GP is equal to A into 1 minus R to the power of n divided by 1 minus R. So geometric progression is written as A into 1 minus R to the power of n divided by 1 minus R. Here you need to find out what is A, what is R, all those things. Then we can use it in the equation. So this is your equation for E, total field at a large distance, and this equation with the help of geometric progression you can find out. So you can say that GP can be represented as A into 1 minus R to the power of n by 1 minus R. So what is A here? A is the first term. You know these things. A is the first term. R is the common relation, that is e to the power, what is the R? It will be e to the power of j psi. So when you got A will be the first term and R is e to the power of j psi, you can substitute using this equation for GP, and you can write that. So you can see that how the equations gets converted. So make a note of these things. So GP, you will get it as when you substitute the A and R, when you substitute A and R from this equation for total field E, so you can get that GP is, or using that equation for GP, you can convert this equation, that is the field E. So you are going to get the total field E. So is equal to 1 into 1 plus 1, sorry, 1 minus e to the power of r is e to the power of j psi, e to the power of j psi raised to n divided by 1 minus e to the power of j psi. So when you simplify it, you will get it as E is equal to, by using this equation, we can simplify the total field. E can be written as 1 minus e to the power of j n psi divided by 1 minus e to the power of j psi. So we get E is equal to 1 minus e to the power of j n psi divided by 1 minus e to the power of j psi. So taking the common factor, so we are going to simplify this equation, that is E is equal to 1 minus e to the power of j n psi divided by 1 minus e to the power of j psi. We are going to simplify this. So what I am going to take here is, I am going to take the common factor e to the power of j n psi from the numerator and e to the power of j n psi by 2 from the numerator and e to the power of j psi by 2 from the denominator. So I am going to take the common terms like e to the power of j n psi by 2 from the numerator and e to the power of j psi by 2 from the denominator. So that is what you will get. So once you get the equation for E and you are taking the common factors outside, you can complete it off and then we will move further. Is that over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we got equation for E as 1 minus e to the power of j n psi by 1 minus e to the power of j psi, and we are going to take the common factor outside from the numerator and denominator. Now we are going to simplify it further. So we will see that when I took the common factors outside, that is e to the power of j n psi by 2 and e to the power of j psi by 2, my equation will get converted in this form. To get it converted in this form only, we have taken these terms outside. Okay, so we get e to the power of j n psi by 2 minus e to the power of minus j n psi by 2 and e to the power of j psi by 2 minus e to the power of minus j psi by 2. So this can be written as sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. For to convert it in this form only, we have taken these common terms outside. So we get it as e to the power of j n psi by 2 by e to the power of j psi by 2 sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So further, e to the power of j n psi by 2 by e to the power of j psi by 2 can be written as e to the power of j n minus 1 psi by 2. Sin n psi by 2 by sin psi by 2, I have retained it as it is. So we get it as e to the power of j n minus 1 psi by 2. So n minus 1 psi by 2, I am going to replace this n minus 1 psi by 2 with this notation eta. So this notation you can just write for replacing the term n minus 1 psi by 2. So it will be e to the power of j eta sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So when you simplify it further or rewrite the equation, you will get sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2 angle eta. So I have just replaced n minus 1 into psi by 2 by a term eta. Okay, so what you can call that the phase angle, is called as eta, that is n minus 1 psi by 2. So we got the equation for E when we simplified the equation for E by taking the terms outside, and we replaced n minus 1 psi by 2 as well. We got it as sine of n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2 angle eta. So that is eta is n minus 1 psi by 2. From this, from this we can also write that relative field, that is E, relative field can be written as sine of n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So here we have taken first of all the entire equation for E, and then we use the geometric progression. We have simplified it using that. We got the equation for E after using the GP. And then once you completed it, we have taken the common terms outside. We further simplified e to the power of j n psi by 2 minus e to the power of minus j n psi by 2 divided by 2. We get it as sine n psi by 2, and e to the power of j psi by 2 minus e to the power of minus j psi by 2 divided by 2, we get it as sine psi by 2. So all those things we replaced it. We simplified it as e to the power of j n minus 1 psi by 2 sine of n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So after completing all these things, we just redefined n minus 1 psi by 2 as zeta, and then we completed these things further. So zeta is called as a phase angle, that is n minus 1 psi by 2. So this is what we got till here. All of you can make a note of these things, and relative field is denoted as E, and relative field is sine of n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So this is the equation for n isotropic sources. So we are going to see the n isotropic sources here. So we have considered the n isotropic sources. So everything you can see that the equation is mainly on sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2 and all those things. So we have considered n stands the number of isotropic point sources you have considered. Okay. So all of you know this L'Hospital's rule, and we will try to simplify using L'Hospital's rule. So I will just brief you what is L'Hospital's rule, and we will implement L'Hospital rule in this and simplify it further. So the maximum value of E is given by the help of L'Hospital's rule. You can find out the maximum value of E. So E max can be written as limit of zeta tends to 0. So sorry, psi tends to 0. Limit of psi tends to 0. Sine of n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So we are going to use this by we have to solve it using L'Hospital's rule, which you have studied in mathematics. So we are going to use that. So maximum E maximum can be found by limit of psi tends to 0, sine of n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So how to use L'Hospital's rule? So first I will brief you L'Hospital's rule. So if you know that, you can simplify that by L'Hospital's rule. You get it as E max is equal to n psi by 2 by psi by 2, and finally you will get it as n. So the normalized value of electric field for so first we complete it, then I will discuss L'Hospital's rules, and then we will go ahead with that. So we understood that the maximum value can be found when you take E maximum, and the maximum value is n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2, and which will be n. So if you are having 1 point source, then E max will be 1. If you have 2 points, it's a very important point to be understood that if you have 1 point source, then E max will be 1. If you have 2 point sources, E max will be 2. And if you have 3 point sources, the E max will be 3. So the maximum value is n. N is what? how many number of isotropic sources has been placed in equal amplitude and spacing. So you have to separate them in equal spacing, as well as you should have equal amplitude. If that is the case, then Emax will be equal to n. So I will, most of you may be knowing the L'Hospital's rule. If some of you don't know that, we will also discuss that as well. So when you use the L'Hospital's rule, you will get it as n. So what is L'Hospital's rule? So before that, you can complete this as well. E is called as the array factor. So Emax, you got it as n. So E, when you get it, you will get it as 1 by n. 1 by n sine of n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. So let me just take you through the L'Hospital's rule. So it can be applied when the numerator and the denominator terms will be in the form of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity. It's called as indeterminate form. Okay. If your numerator and denominator is in the form of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, you go with L'Hospital's rule. So when we substituted for psi, that is limit of psi tends to 0 sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2, you know that this is of this indeterminate form. So what you have to do here is you have to use the L'Hospital's rule there. What is L'Hospital's rule talks about? You have to take, see, Emax is equal to sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. You have to take the differentiation of the numerator and the denominator. So what you are going to get, cos n psi by 2 multiplied by n by 2 and cos psi by 2 multiplied by 1 by 2. So you will get, when you do this, you have to take the differentiation of the numerator and the denominator. So you get that as cos of n psi by 2 into n by 2 and cos of psi by 2 into 1 by 2. Then you have to apply the limit psi is equal to 0. So you get it as n by 2 divided by 1 by 2, and finally that is same as n. So that is the reason when we have done before that Emax was taken as n psi by 2 by psi by 2, and we got it as n. So you can complete it 1 minute. So array factor, you got it as E is equal to 1 by n sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2. The final here, what you can understand is the maximum, the total field E can be defined as sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2 angle eta. And if you want to find out the maximum value, you substitute limit of psi tends to 0 for that equation. When you go for it, you get that E maximum is equal to n. So what does that indicate is n is the number of isotropic point sources. So you can complete it off. If you want to just write down the note for L'Hospital's rule, you can mention that you have to take the differentiation of the numerator and the denominator. So you get it as n by 2 divided by 1 by 2, and finally you will get it as n. So complete it. So this is all about the half part of the module 4, and the rest of the things is we are going to discuss upon the electric dipole and thin linear antenna. So have you completed it? Okay, completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you understood all these things. So what here we have understood in this topic is linear array of anisotropic point sources of equal amplitude and spacing. So spacing is same here between the two isotropic sources. That is very important. And you have also seen that there is a the sources are advanced by psi, and when you take the point source 2 with respect to point source 1, it is advanced by psi. When you take point source 3 with respect to 1, it is advanced by 2 psi, and further it keeps on going like that. So we have written the equation for the total field E, and then subsequently we have used the geometric program GP, and then we simplified it, we converted in terms of sine. So when you did that, you got the field as E is equal to sine n psi by 2 by sine psi by 2 angle eta. And you also use the L'Hospital's rule in order to find out the maximum value of field E, and the maximum value of E field, that is E maximum, you got it as n. So till that we have completed, and that's what it is here. And then now we are going to discuss upon so in this half of the section we have also seen the cases, different cases where you have seen n-fire array, broadside array, you have seen pattern multiplication, you have seen n isotropic sources of equal amplitude and spacing.